Hi, Larry Berman here, and here's what's on my radar this week. I was blown away by Kathy Wood's of ARK ETF's uh, forecast for Tesla. I roll back the clock 20 years ago, and I remember as the dot-com bubble was coming undone, and the hubris and the stories and the fairy tales of all these wonderful things that might happen. What we hear in the narratives we hear on there, the classic bubble-ish behavior. And so, the rotation, money's coming out of the dreams and it's going back into the value in the real companies. And for a time, it's rotation. I get concerned about 2022 and beyond because there's a lot of pent-up demand, and I think for the next couple of months, the markets are good and we go higher and stimulus and all that and Fed support. And okay, so we still got some upside here and all good. But the rotation is happening. The money's coming out of the dreams and it's going back into the value. Tesla, what is it worth? $100 a share? I don't know, but her bear case scenario was 1,500. Her bull case 3,000. I think a market value of $3 trillion. Huge numbers, makes lots of headlines, gets lots of press, but like a little dose of reality. I'm going to take the under on those. I love Elon Musk. He's an innovator. He's built things that have been great for society. But I got to say, from a corporate governance perspective, if you take the treasury, the cash, the assets of the company, and you roll the bones in an asset like Bitcoin, forget for a minute what Bitcoin is, but it's speculative. You can't say it's anything less than speculative. The CEO of a company is taking the corporate treasury and rolling it into a speculative asset. Makes me want to rip my hair out. That's what's on my mind this week. I'm just seeing this hubris that is all about bubbles and this Michael Saylor guy. I don't know who he is, but his name's big in the Bitcoin space. Pumping. Why this thing's it may go to $1 million, right? It's supply and demand, right? You have more demand than supply. Price goes up. You're in a controlled environment. It's kind of like a closed-end fund. It deviates from the net asset value. The problem with Bitcoin is you don't know what a net asset value, you don't know what it's worth. All these things are just dreams in terms of what people are speculating these things can be worth. Just understand that that's the phase of the world we're in now because the Bank of Japan is buying more ETFs. I just, wow. So for those of us who may be a little gray, maybe a little, value oriented. Anyways, we got to learn how to play the game, I guess. Learning how to hedge in portfolios is super critical. Bull and bear picks of the week. You just got to look at some of these strategies that have embedded protection in them. So First Trust in Canada here, ETFs that have these put structures, in them. Innovator ETFs in the US that have these put structures in them. Talked about them on my weekly webinar this week. These are things that in today's day and age, we need more and more of in our portfolios. We need to think outside the box. Bonds aren't going to give us the same protection in portfolios as they used to. Anyways, again, the bull and bear pick of the week is the same thing. Look at these innovator ETFs. Look at the protection they offer you. If the market keeps grinding higher, you're going to make some money on them. And it's better than sitting in cash because, frankly, cash is trash these days with central banks wanting more and more and more inflation. Yield curve control is coming. Stay tuned for an episode 3 or 6 months from now, for that eventuality. Have a great week, everyone. Stay safe. Tune into our weekly webinars Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Sign up for our YouTube channels. And make sure you tick the box for the alerts so you know when we have new content out.